श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Let us read together. अथ योगानुशासनम् योगश्चित्तवृत्तिनिरोधः तदा द्रष्टुः स्वरूपे अवस्थानम् वृत्तिसारूप्यम् इतरत्र पञ्चतयः क्लिष्टाः प्रमाण विपर्यय विकल्प निद्रा स्मृतयः प्रत्यक्ष अनुमान आगमाः प्रमाणानि। नो विकल्पः ब्रह्मणा वृत्तिर्निद्रः स्मृतिः तत्र स्थितौ यत्नोऽभ्यासः तो दृढभूमिः दृष्टानुश्रविकविषयवितृष्णस्य वशीकारसंज्ञा वैराग्यम् तत्परं पुरुषख्यातिर्गुणवैतृष्ण्यम्। Yoga means chittavritti nirodha. Naturally, which yoga means chittavritti nirodha? So that when the chitta is in the ekagra and the niruddha bhumika, then what are the vrittis? They are 5 and they are enumerated. Then chittavritti nirodha. So we have to nirodha, suspend this thought formation. So for that, what is the upaya, the means? So Abhyasa vairagyabhyam tannirodha. Then the question comes, what is the abhyasa? Tatra sthitau yatna abhyasaha. And then comes the vairagya. Vairagya is of 2 types, apara vairagya, para vairagya. Apara vairagya is with reference to the vairagya for the tamas and the rajas. So the tamas is the objective world and rajas is the activity. However, in this Samprajñāt Samadhi, the Sattva Guna Vritti remains. And up to here we have seen, so this Vashikara Sanjñā, to reach the Apara Vairagya, we have to understand how this Vashikara Sanjñā, Para Vairagya is attained. So first, Yatamana Sajna, Vyatireka Sajna, Ekendriya Sajna and Vishaya Vashikara Sajna. So Yatamana, where there is effort, there is in the mind Raga, Dvesha, etc., but we control. The second is, because of these efforts, we have come to a point where sometime we are successful, sometime not. Then the third thing is that now the thoughts are no more disturbing the mind, disturbing the senses. Senses are under full control. And the fourth condition is Autsukya matrasyapi nivritti swarupa stiteshu. So there is not even little bit of attraction towards any of these rajas and tamas. In this manner, stiteshu divya adivya vishayeshu upeksha buddhi Sajñā trayat para vashikara sajñā etaya eva charithartatvad na ta prathak ukta iti sarvam avadatam. Up to here we have seen yesterday. Now we will see today the para vairagya, because after the para vairagya has taken place, then only the asamprajñāt samadhi is possible. So what is para vairagya? तत्परम पुरुष ख्यातेः गुणवैतृष्ण्यम्. And in the 15th sutra we have seen Drushtanushravika Vishaya Vitrushnasya. So it is the Vishaya Vitrishna. And here it is a Guna Vaitrishna. This is the basic difference between these two Vairagyas. Apara Vairagya is discovery of freedom from the worldly objects and activities. Objects belong to the Tamoguna category and the activities belong to the Rajoguna category. However, the Sattva Guna still hangs on in the Apara Vairagya. Now in the Para Vairagya, even the Guna Vaitrishnam. So, as the result of the Apara Vairagya, one is established in the Purusha Khyati. So when one is established in the Purusha Khyati, as a result of this Purusha Khyati means what? Now the Sattva Guna or the Chitta is clearly separated out from the consciousness of the Purusha. Now when this Viveka Khyati becomes complete, thereafter he is more now abiding in the Purusha Tattva and not even in the Sattva Guna Chitta. This sthiti is described by Bhagavan Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter when he starts describing the Sthita Prajna Lakshanas. What is it? The first one, Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan. So this is the Apara Vairagya. And Atmannevatmana tushtaha. Now his attention is no more on the Chitta as a whole, because Chitta has become totally free from every kind of thought. And therefore this is called as the Apara Vairagya, or rather Para Vairagya, and by this Para Vairagya alone we attain the Asamprajna Samadhi. Now here the commentary of Bhagavan Vedavyasa is very poetic and very beautiful. Drishtanu Shravika Vishaya Dosha Darshi Viraktaha Purusha Darshanabhyasad Tashuddhi Praviveka Apyayita Buddhihi Kunebhyaha Vyakta Vyakta Dharmakebhyaha Viraktaha iti Tad Dvayam Vairagyam. तत्र यद उत्तरम तज ज्ञान प्रसाद मात्रम यस्योदये प्रत्युदित ख्यातिरेव मन्यते प्राप्तम प्रापणीयम क्षीणा क्षेतव्या क्लेशाः छिन्नः श्लिष्ट पर्वाः भवसंक्रमः यस्य अविच्छेदना जनयित्वा म्रियते मृत्वा च जायते इति ज्ञानस्यैव पराकाष्ठा वैराग्यम एतस्य वैहि नान्तरिकम कैवल्यमिति. When you study it again and again, try to read this bhashya loudly in your room so that you become aware of each and every word. And slowly by practice, you will start getting the meaning while reading itself. Then see the joy of understanding. Drushta Anushravika Vishaya Dosha Darshi Viraktaha. That means the one who has got the Apara Vairagya. Drushta Anushravika Vishaya Dosha Darshi. The one who has seen the limitations of this world and other worldly enjoyments, and therefore he has become dispassionate. Such a Viraktaha. Purusha Darshana Abhyasat. Now when he is no more interested in the Rajas Tamas, then where the Sattvic Vritti will go? Sattvic Vritti will go in the Purusha Khyati. Therefore Purusha Darshana Abhyasat. This is where the Sampradnyat Samadhi, when it is practiced for a long period of time, then the mind starts remaining naturally quiet. There are no efforts involved much in the quietness of the mind. However, the mind remains in the sattva. It is still in the gunas. And then such a mind when it is further employed into the inquiry of ayam aham kuto bhavati chinvataha. Who is this who is seeing this sattvic mind? Earlier, this was seeing the rajasic and tamasic vrittis also. Now these rajasic and tamasic vrittis have disappeared, but the sattva vritti, jnana pradhan, it is still there. So who is this who is illuminating even the sattva vritti? So in this manner, Purusha Darshana Abhyasat, the practice of focusing attention on the witnessing consciousness. Purusha Darshana Abhyasat, Tat Shuddhi Praviveka Apyayati Buddhi. And as a result of this Praviveka, extreme discrimination, Apyayati, overpowered Buddhi, such a Buddhi which is now fully under the influence of discrimination and clarity, then Buddhi Gunebhyaha Vyakta Vyakta Dharmekebhyaha Viraktaha iti. Now this Purusha is now totally withdrawn from even the Sattva Guna. So such a Viritta Purusha, whose Buddhi is now freed from all this modification, Vyakta Avyakta Dharmakebhyaha Viraktaha iti. In this manner, this Vairagya becomes Tadvayam Vairagyam. So there are two types of Vairagyas. One was the one which we have said in the 15th Sutra, that is Apara Vairagya. And Uttaram, the second one is Yatra Yat Uttaram Taj Jnana Prasada Matram. Now when the Purusha Khyati is done, and thereafter attention is only on the Purusha, there is no attention whatsoever on the Sattva Guni Vritti also, then Yat Uttaram Taj Jnana Prasada Matram. See, Jnana Prasada Pratyudita Khyatihi Atma Nishpanna Atma Jnana Yogi. So here Jnana, what is the word? Taj Jnana Prasada Matram. Prasada is prasannata. So the Jnanam, understanding, is extremely clear. And as a result of this, Jnana Prasada Matram, Yasya Udaye Pratyudita Khyatireva Manyate. And after this is recognized, the consciousness is recognized, Purusha is now totally free from the influence of the Prakriti. When this asampradnyata sthiti is attained, yasya udaye pratyudita khyatihi evam manyate. And as a result, this wisdom dawns, this experience comes. What is the experience? Praptam prapaniyam. Whatever is to be attained is attained. See? Etad buddhva buddhiman syat kruta krutyascha bharata. So, praptam prapaniyam. Kshina kshetavya kleshaha. Now avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha, these klesha are kshinaha. Kshinaha, weakened. They are totally gone. They are erased. Kshinaha. Then chinna shlishta parva bhavasankramaha. And similarly, bhavasankramaha, the causes of the repeated transmigration from one body to another body, even they are also chinnaha, they are destroyed. So, bhava sankramaha, bhavaha, janma samsaro vatasya sankramaha chakram. So, samsara chakra, deha dehantara sancharakya samsaraha. So, this transmigration from one body to another body, that is also gone. Chinna is totally destroyed, samsara chakra. Because avichedad, if this is not destroyed, then what happens? Janitva mriyate, mrutva cha jayate. So the jiva is again born and dies, and again born and dies. In this manner, this asampradnyat samadhi takes place as a result of this paravairagya. Therefore, this Paravairagya is the Guna Vaitrishnam. That means there is a complete withdrawal from the Chitta. In the language of our Advaita, Chitta reverts back to Chit. See? In that Chitta, the Chit is hidden because of the impurity of objectivity. Takaro Vishayadhyasaha. And this objectivity starts from first, the grossest is the objectification of the gross objects, tamoguna. Then second is the objectification of the activities, rajoguna. Third is the objectification of the knowledge, sattva-guna. So as long as these three objectified experiences are considered valid, we are at the level of the chitta. So in this, the first two, when the objectification with reference to rajas and tamas are no more bothering, so that much is reduced, this is apara vairagya. Now in the apara vairagya, the jnana, the knowledge, the sattva-guna vritti still as the object of knowledge. Now when that also is dropped, then as a result, now the chitta has come back to pure consciousness. And this condition where the objectivity is completely erased, dropped, that is called as the paravairagya. And therefore, jnanasyaiva parakashtha vairagyam. So, evam jnanasya parakashta. Parakashta means what? Purushanna param kinchit sa kashtha sa paragatihi. So, one has come back to the absolute pure consciousness, undivided. And therefore, jnanasyaiva parakashtha vairagyam. And thereafter, in this asampradnya samadhi, there is no knowledge. What is no knowledge means? There is no objectifying knowledge. There is only awareness. If we are to use another word, pure consciousness is only awareness. It is not conscious of anything. It is not being aware of anything. But it is the awareness itself. See, and etasaiva nantariyakam kaivalyam. And with this paravairagya, there is no time left for the kaivalya. Kaivalya is attained. That means aparavairagya itself is the last step to attain the kaivalya prapti. That means after this aparavairagya is reached, nothing in this world can stop the sadhaka from attaining kaivalya. Kaivalya prapti, kevalata, where there is no duality of sajatiya, vijatiya, svagata bheda. In this manner, etasminneva sati kaivalyam avashyakam nanyasmin jnate yamaniyamado vairagyeva tat sattve api asampradnyata anudayena asheshataha prachina karma kshaya nimittataha kashaya sambhavatascha mokshe vipravilamba sambhavat iti. When we are thus having all other things such as yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, everything is true. But this last step, even this guna khyati or the guna also are vaitrishna, they are also discarded, then this paravairagya alone takes us to the samadhi. Atha upayadvayena niruddha chitta vrittehe katham sampradnyataha samadhi iti uchyate. Now, by these two upayadvayena, which are these two upayadvaya? Abhyasa vairagyabhyam tad nirodha. So, upayadvayena niruddha chitta vrittehe katham sampradnyataha samadhi iti uchyate. So, what is the nature, how the sampradnyat samadhi takes place? He who has practiced this abhyasa and the vairagya. Now, this is said in the 17th sutra. Vitarka, vichara, ananda, asmita, अनुगमात् संप्रज्ञातः वितर्क विचार आनंद अस्मिता अनुगमात् संप्रज्ञातः. So this Samprajñāt Samadhi takes place under these 4 stages. First is called as Vitarkanugata Samprajñāt Samadhi. Second is called as Vichara-anugata. Third is called as Ananda-anugata. And the fourth is called as the Asmita-anugata Samprajñāt Samadhi. So, atha upayadvayena, by these 2 techniques, Abhyasa Vairagya, Niruddha Chitta Vrittehe, when all the Chitta Vrittis except the Sattvic Chitta Vrittis are stopped, suspended, how this Samprajñāt Samadhi takes place, this is said in this 17th Sutra. Now what the Sutra says, that in this Samprajñāt Samadhi, this Rajas and Tamas Vrittis are totally absent or stopped. Only there is the light of the Sattva Vritti, and therefore by this Sattvic Vritti, the Dheya Vastu, the object of contemplation, is clearly known, and therefore Samprajñāta, Samyak Prakarshena Jnayate, or Jnata idakta pratyayanta. Therefore Samprajñātaha Karmani Prayog. So that which is known by distinctly and clearly by this is called as Samprajñāta Samadhi, because here Chitta Vritti is exclusively Sattvic. Whenever the Chitta Vritti is exclusively Sattvic, understanding is perfect. And when the Chitta Vritti is clouded with Rajas and Tamas, understanding will be also clouded to that extent. So, now this Samprajñāta Samadhi is called as Dheya Bheda Upacharena, because of this Anugata Tattva. Anugata Tattva means what? What is available in that Samadhi. So what is the main thing towards which the Sattvic Vritti is going? Please remember this basic principle. We are talking about the Samprajñāta Samadhi. Samprajñāta Samadhi is Vritti Yukta. The Vritti is there. But which Vritti? Purely Sattvic Vritti. And this pure Sattvic Vritti is holding on to some object. Now which are those objects? They are of 4 types. Vitarka, Vichara, Ananda, Asmita. So when the Sattvic Vritti is holding on to these, this is called as, suppose Vitarka, then Vitarka-anugata Samprajñāta Samadhi, Vichara-anugata Samprajñāta Samadhi, etc. And therefore, these are the 4 kinds of Samadhis. Now, in this Vitarka Chittasya Alambane Sthula Abhogaha. So in case of this Vitarka-anugata Samprajñāta Samadhi, Purnataha Sthula Karika Karita Tattva Abhogaha Paripurnata. So the Sthula Vastu, that becomes the point of attention in case of the Vitarka-anugata Samprajñāta Samadhi. And there you can take the example of, like, the devotees are worshipping the God, or Shiva Bhaktas are offering the Bilva Patra or the water on the Shiva Linga. So in that, there is the importance is given to the Vastu, the Vishaya, the Padartha. So this is Sthulakara Karita Tattva. So such people, when they think about the God, they will think about God as an object, a gross object. And their mind is so fixed in that. That's why many people say that, today I had a very good vision of God. The Lord came and He was standing before me. That means that mind has taken the shape and the form Purnataha of that great object. This is called as the Vitarka Chittasya Alambane. Then second is vichara. Now in this vichara, what happens? That alambana is the vichara. It is no more vitarka. So there is the thought about this Lord or the God. And here, this chitta is at the tanmatra level. In case of the Vishaya, it is at a gross level. At the second thought, it is the vichara at the thought level. So vitarka with reference to gross object, that gross object is comprehended by the thought, so at the thought level this samadhi is there. Third is allhadaha. Sri Krishna. Third is the ananda or the allhada, anandam sukham. So now the chitta is at the level of the ekadashi indriyas, at the level of the one of the 11 indriyas. Sri Krishna. So in this manner, this chitta is now sattva pradhan, and the sattva is sukhatmaka. Therefore, it is the anandanugata sampradnyat samadhi. And the last is the ekatmita samvit asmita, buddhi chitti chhaya, arthat buddhista purusha bimba pratibimba asmita. Means what? In our Vedantic language, when the consciousness is reflecting in the buddhi vritti, what we call as chidabhasa, so vritti with the chidabhasa is called as asmita. And this asmita means what? Asmi, I am. So it is here that I amness is born. Now make the whole point clear. There are 4 types of these sampradnyat samadhis told. Vitarka, vichara, ananda and asmita. Vitarka, vichara, ananda, they are in that same sequence, subtler than the former. Vichara is with reference to the gross object. Vichara is the thought of the object. Ananda is the joy or the experience of the object which is gained at the level of the senses or the mind. So it is still subtler. So these are 3 idam vrittaya. And in asmita, there being the chit pratibimba, there being the reflection of the Purusha Tattva, so this chiti chhaya yukta vritti. So this vritti is having, in addition to the vritti aspect, there is the pratibimba of the Purusha, and therefore it is called as the asmita. And this asmita is called in Vedanta as the chit chhaya yukta chidabhasa. So chidabhasa yukta vritti is asmita, and they are, so asmita vritti can be called as aham vritti, and the remaining 3 are called as the idam vritti. Now, in case of the sampradnyat samadhi, as long as sampradnyat samadhi is having attention to the 3 objects called as the vitarka, vichara and the ananda, it is objective sampradnyat samadhi. And when it comes to the subjective sampradnyat samadhi, now the attention is no more on the objective but on the aham vritti. And that is why it is said that in this asmita tattva druk darshanayoho shaktiyoho ekatmata eva asmita. Here druk and darshana, the seer and the seen, they merge in one. That state is called as sacha atmana grahitra saha buddhi ekatmika samvit iti. Therefore here in this buddhi is associated with the reflection of consciousness. Acha. After having told these 4 kind of samadhis, now something more about these 4 kinds of samadhi. Bhagavan Vedavyasa says, Tatra prathama chatushtayanugataha samadhi savitarkaha, dvitiyo vitarka vikalaha savicharaha, tritiyo vichar vikalaha sanandaha, chaturtha dvikalo asmita matra iti. Now what is meant is, in this vitarka anugata, prathama chatushtaya anugataha. So in this vitarka anugata samadhi, all the four aspects are involved. Because object, be very clear in understanding this. Object is comprehended by the thought, therefore vichar. And experience is at the level of the sense organs, therefore ananda. And experience by the asmita, I. Therefore, when we are talking about vitarka anugata sampradayat samadhi, which includes all the four. So it is gross. Then we come to the next, vichara anugata sampradayat samadhi. When you are at the vichara level, you have dropped the object. Now, in this vichara anugata sampradayat samadhi, there are only three. Vichara, that is vritti, ananda, that is indriya, and asmita, that is the aham vritti. Then we go to the next one, is the ananda anugata sampradayat samadhi. So in this ananda anugata sampradayat samadhi, vitarka and vichara drop. Now we are at the level of the ananda, the sense organs. And when we come to the asmita anugata sampradayat samadhi, all the three are dropped and there is only asmita matra. Therefore, here the word used is asmita matra. And all the other three are gauna. They are secondary or not at all. And therefore, in this manner, these are all the sampradaya samadhi with one or the other support, alambana. These are alambana yukta samadhi. So, vitarka anugata, vichara anugata, ananda anugata, aspita anugata, dheya vishaya yukta. All of them have some object as alamban or the support. Now, atha asampradayat samadhi kim upayaha kim svabhavo va iti. Now we take up the next one, that is asampradayat samadhi, how it is attained and what is the nature of it. So, the 18th mantra or the sutra, virama pratyaya abhyasa purvaha संस्कार शेषः अन्यः. विराम प्रत्ययाभ्यास पूर्वः अभ्यास पूर्वकः. So virama pratyaya is the paravairagya. When the paravairagya has attained perfectly by the abhyasa, by the practice, there as a result of nirodha has taken place, and then samskara sheshaha. And as a result, on the chitta, there is only samskara of the nirodha. So there is nirodha samskara chitta. And such a samadhi is called as asampradayat samadhi. So, anyaha means other than the what we have just studied, that is sampradayat samadhi. So, other than sampradayat samadhi is asampradayat samadhi. So, viramaha sakala vritti nam uparamaha first. Viramaha sakala vritti nam uparamaha. All the vrittis are totally quieted. What is the all vrittis? Tamas, Rajas and the Sattvic. In case of the sampradayat samadhi, it is only the Rajasic and Tamasic vrittis are quieted and not the Sattvic. So here sakala vritti nam uparamaha nirodha. Tasya pratyaha karanam. This is called as paravairagya. So when one has attained this paravairagya, all the thoughts are totally suspended. Now here one very important thing you understand. When we are in deep sleep, that time also all the thoughts are suspended. There is only one thought, and that is what? Nidra. Nidra is vritti. So, when there is only one tamoguni thought, it is called as nidra. When there are many rajoguni thought, it is called as samsara. And when there is only one sattvaguni thought, it is called as sampradayat samadhi. And when there are neither sattvic, rajasic or tamasic thoughts, then it is called as asamprajñāt samadhi. See, 4 stages. And therefore, sarva vrittinam uparamaha is paravairagya. Now, tasya paravairagyasya abhyasaha pauna punyena anushtanam purvam yasya sa virama pratyayabhyasa purvaha. Pauna punyena anushtanam. Again and again we have to keep on practicing. See, this is one very, very important thing for every seeker. Therefore, the first upaya, the first spiritual practice is abhyas. If we imagine that we sit for meditation and we get, nothing is happening, Ajinga is not for me. No, don't give up. You will have to start slowly, steadily. The best example that I can think about abhyasa is the child. How the child learns walking. Observe. He never gives up. When the child starts walking, how many times falls? Not once, a dozen times. Many times gets hurt. The child doesn't understand that while standing, if you hold as a support to the tablecloth hanging from the dining table and on the dining table all the crockery is sitting, the child doesn't understand. So he coolly holds, instead of he getting up, it comes down. But thereafter he does say, no, last time whatever I held, everything falls, therefore I will not hold. No, he keeps on doing it. In the same manner, here we should never give up. It is one of the most important spiritual practice. Whenever we really mean spiritual practice, never give up. Once you are taken a step, don't look back. See, there was one friend of mine, he left his parent organization. And thereafter those people again called him. No, you please come, we'll discuss and all that. So that time I landed from USA or somewhere, and the moment I land, I switch on my phone and his phone was there. Are you in India? I said, I am on the airport. Just landed about 10 minutes before. I am still in the immigration. He said, can you come and meet me? I am in such and such place. I want to discuss something with you urgently. So it was evening. I think I had come that time from South Africa, if I remember, 2-3 years before. So, evening the flight landed at about 7 o'clock or so. By the time I came out, 8 o'clock, and I straight away went from the airport to his place where he was staying, and we had food immediately, and we locked ourselves in a room. And then he told, this is what is there. Now they are again calling me. I am in a fix what I should do. I said, decision is yours. Do whatever you like, it will be good. He said, no, what you would have done. I said, I am of a total different chemistry. Your chemistry, my chemistry doesn't match. He said, no, please tell me. I said, when I have taken the best food, Srikhanda, Jalebi, Rasgulla, Sandesh, and for some reason, I have to vomit it out. I vomited. Will I again lick that? Once given up, never look back in life. Then alone spiritual progress is possible. Otherwise, again, okay. Like a mirror, a glass. Once it has developed a crack, it is gone for good. In the same manner, once you take a step to walk on the spiritual path, now no more returning back. And such people alone has reached the destination. Therefore, here the paravairagya pauna punyena anushtanam purvam yasya virama pratyaya abhyasa purvaha. Again and again, hold on to this. Nothing in this world can stop us from reaching the absolute. Nothing in this world. So, thereafter, as a result of which samskara sheshaha, then what happens? Only one type of samskar remains. What is that? Nirodha samskar. Nirodha samskar means what? There are no more samskars. So only the Nirodha samskara eva sheshaha yasmin aso samskara sheshaha. Now such a samadhi is called as anyaha. Sampradnyatad anyaha arthat asampradnyat samadhi. This is called as asampradnyat samadhi. Now this asampradnyat samadhi is attained through virama pratyaya abhyasa purva. So this virama pratyaya abhyasa purva asampradnyat samadhi, therefore it is called as the means, upaya. And what is the because there were two questions, asampradnyat samadhi kim upayaha and kim swabhavaha. So what is the upaya? Virama pratyaya abhyasa purvaha is the upaya. And kim swabhavaha? Samskara sheshaha. So, and what is the swarupa of that? Samskara sheshaha. Therefore, there is only nirodha samskara. The mind is totally dissolved. It's only pure consciousness. And after having said this, then we take the Vyasa Bhashya. Sarva vritti pratyastamaye samskara sheshaha nirodha chittasya samadhi asampradnyataha. So, sarva vritti pratyastamaye. Pratyasta totally gone. Asta is end. Like no Suryasta. Vritti asta. When all the sarvasam vrittinam pratyastamayaha astangamanam tasmin sati, when all the vrittis are totally dissolved, absorbed, they are vanished from the horizon of the chitta, that time chittasya samskara sheshaha nirodha. Then there is no samskara shesh. There is nothing is left on this chitta, and therefore this is called as samskara. Nirodha is the samskara. Nothing else is left. Therefore, there is no other vritti possible. And asampradnyat samadhi, this condition itself is called as asampradnyat samadhi. Therefore, na tatra kinchit vedyam sampradnyayate iti asampradnyato nirbija samadhi. Therefore, in this, tadabhyasa purvam chittam niralambanam abhava praptam iva. This is how one of the methods I told you of meditation is practice meditation on abhava. Abhava is absence. Now, absence is not an object. Like, when I say there is absence, what there is absence? Absence of my glasses on the table. There is absence of something. Abhava is not an object. And when you thus practice, like shabda, sound or the shabda are heard bhavatmaka. They are existing. And when you contemplate on the absence of sound, what will happen? When you have discarded the sound, you have automatically discarded the Shravanendriya, organ of hearing. When you have discarded the organ of hearing, you have already come to the thought. Not even thought, the tanmatra. And then you come to that bliss, the bliss of absence. And then from there you come to the asmitanugata. And now I am aware of the total absence of thoughts, absence of sound. And when you remain in this for a long period of time, this is called as dharma megha samadhi. Shuddho dharmo vivardhate. As a result, the mind starts remaining thought-free for a long period of time. When the mind remains for a long period of time free of thoughts, this itself will be ultimately reaching to the asampradnyat samadhi. This is the technique. Therefore, asampradnyato nirbija samadhi. There is no bija in that. Now, tasya upayaha salambano hi abhyasaha. See, salambano hi abhyasaha tat sadhanaya na kalpati iti virama pratyayo nirvastukaha alambani kriyate. So for the attainment of this asampradnyat samadhi, salambano hi abhyasaha na tat sadhanaya kalpate. If you take the alambana, support of anything, then you are ending up in the savikalpa samadhi. This is what we have seen. When the alambana support is vitarka, vichara, ananda, you are objective, holding on to something. When you come to the asmitanugata, you have become subjective. But in the subjectiveness is also aham vritti. And in the asampradnyat samadhi, the vritti is dropped. So vritti rahit aham is purusha. And to firmly abide in this is called as asampradnyat samadhi yoga. See how simple it is. Therefore, tat sadhanaya na kalpati iti. Therefore, nirvastukaha virama pratyaha. Therefore, virama pratyayo nirvastukaha alambani kriyate. So what is the virama pratyaya? What is the means of or karanam of this totally suspension of the thought? Is nirvastukaha. Now what is the nirvastuka alambanam? This is what just now I told you. Shabda is a vastu. Sparsha is a vastu. Ruparanga is a vastu, object. So when your eyes are open, but you are not seeing anything, means what? Now you are taken away from the objects, vitarka, and you have come to the vichara, from there to the ananda, from there to the asmita, and when that also drops, you are in asampradnyat samadhi. It is so clear. Practice it again and again. Therefore, nirvastukaha virama pratyaha vastu shunyam jneya rahitam paravairagyam. So, Neha Rahit is Paravairagya. There is nothing to be known. Nothing to be known means what? When Abhava becomes the object of knowledge, in the deep sleep, it is sleep. But here, see now the difference between the Samadhi and the deep sleep, if you remember I told you. Abhava Pratyaya Lambana Vritti Nidra. But there it is the absence of the waking and the dream. But here it is abhava of the chitta itself. Zero level objectivity. So, the objectless awareness of J. Krishnamurti is this. Therefore, abhava pratyaya, this alambana pratyaha rahitam. So, nacha artha shunyam. No, sacha artha shunyaha. Sa means samadhi. Always remember, when we read in Hindi, samadhi is a feminine noun. Samadhi lag gayi. Nobody says samadhi lag gaya. Except unless you are from Kerala. So, sa samadhi cha artha shunyaha. There is no dheya vastu, no alambana. This is called as paravairagya. Now, such a seeker who has tadabhyasa purvam chittam niralambanam iti nirbijaha esha samadhi alambana rahita. samadhi asampradyataha. Nirbija is understood in three ways. Niralambana, the three words are taken. Niralambana, then Niralambana abhava praptam iva. Nirbija samadhi. Three things. So, Niralambana, there is no support, no alamban, no dheya vastu is required. Then, second is bija shunya, nirbija samadhi. Nirbija means klesha karma shaya bija rahita. There is no klesha karma. Klesha is what? Avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, vinivesha. And karma is, as a result of this, there is a desire to do action. So, they are all absent. So, jnana samsara rahita, or other one is, there is no samskar of the knowledge of any kind. Samskar of knowledge means what? Objectivity in the knowledge. See, the ripple appears on the water, but that ripple cannot create an impression on the water. It appears and disappears. In the same manner, Chitta, if it is having no samskara whatsoever. Another example is the mirror. When you stand before the mirror, there is a reflection. But there is no impression of the reflection left on the mirror. Such a Chitta is asampradnyat samadhi, asampradnyat yoga. Now, sa khalu ayam dvividaha upaya pratyayo bhava pratyayascha tatra upaya pratyayo yoginam bhavati. Now, this asampradnyat samadhi is of two types. One is upaya pratyayaha and second is bhava pratyayaha. Now, out of this, upaya pratyayaha yoginam bhavati is for the yogis and bhava pratyayaha is for the others. Others means not the rogis or the bhogis, but those who are of the higher lives. About this, the 19th sutra tells us, Bhava pratyayo videha prakriti layanam. Bhava pratyayo asampradnyat samadhi videhi and prakriti laya. For these people it is. Now what is the meaning of this? Videhanam devanam bhava pratyaha. So, devanam bhava pratyaha asampradnyat samadhi. Deva means what? Those who are existing without the mortal body. They are called a Deva. So, Devanam bhava pratyaha. And for these people, this is asampradnyat samadhi takes place. Like, according to their earlier samskara, whatever samskara were remaining, and they had almost attained Kaivalya, and that time they are born with the asampradnyat samadhi. So, those who are bhava pratyaya, those who are born with the asampradnyat samadhi, they are either the videha or the prakriti laya purushas. Videha means the devas. Therefore, sa alam khalu ayam dvidaha asampradnyat samadhi upaya and bhava pratyaya. And bhava pratyaya means bhavaha tatya jonishu janma eva pratyaha karanam yasya, that is bhava pratyaya. So wherever they are born, at the time of birth only they are asampradnyata yogi by birth. We come across many Mahatmas, isn't it? Right from childhood, they have got all the divine powers. They are called as Yoga Bhrashta Purushas. Similarly, those seekers, sadhakas, who have done sufficient abhyasa of this asampradnyat samadhi, and they have experienced the higher worlds, and again when they are taking birth, so tattat jonishu, whatever yoni they are, tattat jonishu janma pratyaha karanam yasya, There, what is the bhavati anena bhavaha avidya sa eva pratyaya karanamya tathokta avidyajanya asampradnyat samadhi. This is called as the avidyajanya asampradnyat samadhi. Because birth is possible only under ignorance. In the realization there is no birth. So these yogis must have practiced a lot of the sampradnyat samadhi, and maybe on the verge of asampradnyat samadhi they must have left the body, and therefore there may be the traces of the ignorance remaining, and as a result of those traces they must have been again born. But all that abhyasa of the asampradnyat samadhi earlier, that starts manifesting in that life, in that yoni. This is how, this is bhava pratyaya samadhi for videhanam and prakriti layanam. Therefore, asampradnyadis, it is for them. And devaloke bhava pratyayo janma matra karanaka iti. So, this bhava pratyaya is janma matra karanaka iti. By this samadhi, nobody attains moksha. That is why it is said in our scriptures that devas also are hungry to be born as human beings on this mortal earth. Because the asampradnyat samadhi yoginam eva upaya pratyaya, because by then only they attain the ultimate merger in the absolute reality. Because as long as you are in any realm of existence at the relative plane, you will continue to be influenced by that, and therefore when they are in that higher realm, do you think that they will practice more of yoga abhyas? No. They are only practicing, but they are not attained. Therefore, tesham patanatvad adarsanad yoga bhasaha ayam. Therefore, this is only yoga abhasa, that they are as if attained, but not. They are not attained the absolute. Therefore, this videha and prakriti leen, there are many things about them said in the scriptures. This commentator has given 4 of them. Which are those? Those who practice Jyotishtoma Yajna, such people go to the Swarga. And those who go practice the Vajapeya Yaga, they go to the Swarga. They obtain the kingdom of the heaven. And those who want to attain the formless existence, Devatva, they do the Devatva Prapti. And 4th is the Prakriti Leena, is also one of the kind of Deva. So, these are the 4 births or the 4 types of existences where Bhava Pratyaya Samadhi takes place. And here only they remain for a long period of time. And after they have finished their existence in that particular realm, they again come back to the mortal world. Now here, how long they stay? Dashamanvantaraniha tishtanti indriya chintakaha bhautikastu shatam purnam sahasram tvavimanikaha bauddhas dasha sahasrani tishtanti vigatajvaraha purna shata sahasram tu tishtanti avyakta chintakaha nirgunam purusham prapya kala sankhyana vidyate. So where is our attention? Dashamanvantarani iha tishtanti indriya chintakaha. So those who are abiding in this Anandanugata Sampradnyat Samadhi, they have come up to that level and continue to practice, they live for 10 manvantaras in this world. Bhautikastu shatam purnam. Vitarka, those who are living at a gross body level, they live for 100 years. Then sahasran through abhimanikaha. And those who are living at the level of this ahankara tattva, they live for 1,000 years. Bauddha dasha sahasrani. And those who are living at the level of the buddhi tattva, they live for 10,000 years. And vigata jvaraha tishtanti, they are not influenced by any modifications of the gross world. And purnam satashastram tu tishtanti avyakta chintakaha. And those who are contemplating on the Avyakta Prakriti, they live for millions and millions of Shata Sahasra, 100,000 of years. And Nirgunam Purusham Prapya Kala Sankhyana Vidyate. But the one who is abiding in the Shuddha Paramatma Tattva, the Nirguna Purusha, for him there is no Kala Sankhya. Because Kala Sankhya is where there is modification. Prakriti alone has the influence of time or the Kala. But the Purusha is uninfluenced. Maya Dakshena Prakriti Sujate Sacharacharam. So this Purusha is the ultimate. And this is how this Bhava Pratyaya Asampradnya Samadhi is for the Videhi or the Prakriti Layanam. And the other Samadhi, that is the Upaya Pratyaya Samadhi, Bhava Samadhi and Upaya Pratyaya Samadhi. This is for whom and what it is. This will take in our next class. Sri Krishna Narayana. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.